In February 1936, the American Printing House for the Blind, APH, installed a model sound recording studio and began acquiring equipment for audio processing and record pressing. In 1937, APH became the only institution for the blind in the world equipped to manufacture talking book records from wax recordings to the finished pressings. Beginning with our first 12-inch, 33 1/3 RPM recording of Gulliver's Travels, to our current annual production of hundreds of books on tape, APH has been one of the nation's foremost producers of talking books for people with disabilities. All of our talking books are produced for the National Library Service. Bids are requested annually, and APH bids against other recording studios. We also record magazines, journals, catalogs, brochures, annual reports, textbooks, and academic tests. Our own projects are Reader's Digest, which we began recording in 1939, and Newsweek magazine, recorded weekly since 1959. These recorded magazines are distributed without cost to blind people nationwide. Generous APH donors make these programs possible. The process of producing a talking book begins with a print book selected by the National Library Service. The books are sent to the APH studio director, along with instructions and production deadlines. A committee of studio staff members decides which narrator or narrators would be best for the book. For the most part, book assignments are based on the special skills of the narrator and the type of book. For example, some narrators are more skilled at reading technical material. A female narrator would be selected to record a woman's autobiography. In addition, books in a mystery or thriller series are read by the same narrator. APH narrators must pass very rigid auditions to qualify for narrating talking books for the National Library Service. The narrators at APH are well known and well loved by their listeners and have won numerous national and international awards for their work. After a book has been assigned, the monitor and the narrator discuss the book and agree on the details of the narration. The monitor is the director of the recording process and is in charge of formatting the book for audio recording and for doing difficult research. The narrator prepares for the recording by reading the book, thinking about characterization for fiction, and researching pronunciation. Recording sessions are 2 hours long. Some narrators read for 2 sessions a day, and some read only a few sessions a week. It takes about 24 hours in the studio to record a 12-hour-long talking book, an average-sized 300-page bestseller. In the studio, the narrator reads, and the monitor follows along with another copy of the text, running the tape, watching recording levels, and stopping the narrator misreads. By 2004, all APH projects will be recorded digitally, with tape reels replaced by CDs and a network of computer terminals. These terminals will link the monitor and narrator in the studio with the proofreaders and with research materials. This will also make the recording process much more efficient. Most mistakes are corrected as soon as they are made during the recording session. However, after they have been recorded, all talking books are reviewed and compared to the text by a proofreader. The proofreader marks mistakes and sends the recording back to the studio for correction. The final version is sent to the National Library Service for approval. APH's approval rate is always high, consistently exceeding the rate that is set out in our contract with NLS. A 4-track master tape is made from the original recording. A copy of the master tape is made into a bin loop tape. As the master tape runs in a continuous loop in the bin, copies are reproduced on tape hubs. Each hub holds 40 copies of the master tape. The hubs are mounted on the cassette loaders, and workers thread the tape into the machine. Empty cassettes drop into place and are automatically loaded with one of the copies from the hub. Quality control checks are made at various times during the process. A machine applies the labels to the cassettes. Labels are written in both print and braille. It usually takes several cassettes to make a recorded book. Each of the 4 tracks on each cassette is 90 minutes long, so most standard-length books fit on 2 cassettes. These cassettes are loaded into a container labeled with the name of the book and addressed to talking book libraries around the country. Each year, talented narrators and skilled production workers produce over 2.5 million book and magazine cassettes at the American Printing House for the Blind. These audiobooks and periodicals provided by the National Library Service, private contracts, and gifts to APH offer people who are unable to read print an extensive library, ranging from the classics to current news and the latest novels.